Hello guys, welcome to the show. And before we get started here, I want to say a few things. First, this show will be on Wednesday and Thursday. It's all going to depend on my schedule. So until then, give me everyone, I'll be on 4 days a week. Also, another thing. I want to apologize for last night's video to where I forgot to pause the video and you heard music in the background. That was not a good belief in me to do that. I'm sorry for this. My conscience is clear. So anyway, welcome to the show. We get more on the coronavirus. Today we're going to ask the tough question. Can you firm out masks? I mean, later on we're going to be talking about, and also later on we're also going to be talking about Greg Abbott's plan to reopen Texas. I mean, phase 1 is going to be complete. By May 1st, all of the restaurants will not be open May 1st. And in 2 days, the stay-at-home order is going to be lifted. So I'll have a reaction from that on Thursday. But we begin today with the question: should we be allowed to wear masks at work? Well, in my opinion, the answer is yes and no. Well, yes, because it's to protect yourself from coronavirus. That's a yes. That's a yes. Well, no, and no, because I want to say the answer is yes. I don't know why I said no. But the only reason why I said no is because, well, if you don't like it, because what if you have a breathing problem with your breathing problem? Like what if you're at glass and it fogs up? Get that? So, here's my suggestion. I mean, my work, where I work at, they mandate that we all wear masks. Period. If you don't wear masks, they provide you in the safe. And so, that's what's going to be happening. Like, if you don't wear a mask, you don't work. I mean, that's the rule. Because the district manager is higher than the GM. Because if you work at a place and they mandate that you wear masks, you have to wear the mask. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Sorry about the lighting here, guys. Sorry about the lighting. But we're gonna get used to this lighting because of my new studio. Respect what we were talking about. The mask issue. Yes. Wearing a mask is it's to protect yourself from COVID-19. Some people may think it may not be a big deal. But to others, it could be a very serious issue because of COVID-19. So I would say, if your job does not make you wear a mask, at least wear a mask. Have one by your side. And what about gloves? Well, if you work at a restaurant, they might not require you to wear gloves because of the rules being in place. The reason why that is because to protect yourself. I mean, if you work at a restaurant, you have to wash your hands frequently. Why? Because of food safety reasons, and because you want to stop the spread. You want to stop the spread. But until then, what we have to do is make sure that everyone's safe in this thing. But so to give you an idea about what's happening, let's look at the latest numbers. Let's look at the latest of what happened. Let's look at the new cases and what's happening. Here in Oasis County, what we talked about yesterday, 25,000, over 26,000 cases have been confirmed, almost 26,000. 11,000, over 11,000 have been recovered, 663 deaths. Here in Oasis County, 3 deaths and 99 cases confirmed, no recoveries. No recoveries in El Paso, Fort Bend, Bexar, Travis, etc. This was less than 2 hours ago. Now here in the United States, recovered 118K have been recovered, and the deaths of this is like 58,000. So what can you make of this? Considering all of this, I think we could have a great chance here of reopening Texas. Now, before this broadcast, I watched, people, the title said on Channel 6 that people are criticizing the governor for reopening Texas. Why criticize the governor? If this is his decision to reopen parts of Texas, this is his decision. He can't back down on the decision. You can't go on him with angry letters saying, you should reopen Texas and let it close. Well, it's the governor's choice. You can't really argue with that. And if you did, you'd be down the brig. But as a matter of fact, we have to make sure that we are all protected from this virus. And so, what I suggest we do is wait for the stay-home order to end so that we can all go out happy. And in 2 days from now, we're gonna do our first. We're gonna talk about how that stay-home order is lifted. Thanks to George Robert Canales. I may have her on the show, but it could depend. We'll see what happens. When we come back, we'll have more news about the coronavirus, and then we'll have more news about the coronavirus in just a moment. There are some people, including doctors in the data, there's people from the doctors and the people from the data that say Abbott's reopening Texas way too early. And the reason for that is because of Texas Monthly. He's saying he's wanting to go into these phases. Phase 1 is reopening Texas slowly by reopening businesses and restaurants to make sure that it goes up at 25%. And this was yesterday's conference. Texas restaurants, retail business, movie theaters will be able to partially reopen business by this weekend. If they follow the guidelines, he insisted, he's done for weeks, they're pointing his plan based on doctors and data, not considerable political business. The time has come to and this is what these are the guidelines. This is what he has to say. There's no reason why doctors and other people should be making criticized comments about what he's doing. So what are the guidelines? Then what he's doing? The time has come to lift restrictions, the governor said, because the COVID-19 infection rate has been on the decline over the past 17 days. But the Texas Department of State Health Services website says there was a spike of rapid infection on April 10th. So I think what we need to happen here is that what we need to realize is that if this is what the governor wants, and this is what the governor needs to do, don't be criticizing him and don't be pointing fingers. If this is what the governor wants, then this is what the governor wants. There's no need to sit here and argue with. There's no need to sit here and go on social media and say, well, let's say here that we should not have reopened Texas early. Because I think the way it's happened here is that if you don't stick with the governor's decision, if you don't like the governor's decision, you keep your nose, then don't like it at first. But we don't need criticism, we don't need outrageous opinions, and we definitely don't need second opinions here. What we need to do is make sure that Governor Greg Abbott's plan moves as smoothly as possible so that everything can go back to normal like the way it was. So now I might be asking, what are the guidelines that Governor Greg Abbott has followed? Well, I can't say for sure, but an Open Texas report, which I can't even get on because we were trying to stand with difficulties. If it doesn't reopen by May 18th, the governor says he plans to allow most restaurants to move from 25% capacity to 50% capacity. Hair salons, gyms, and bars will open their doors to customers at the same time, but they have to make sure that they stay within 6 feet. You can't cut hair from like 6 feet apart, so that it'd be like Mr. Fantastic. Money's Newscom, CEO of the Texas Restaurant Association, know that Mother's Day, May 10th this year, is a big day for families to eat out. It's 8 days before the Phase 2 reopening. The system will take as long as 14 days to manifest. If there's a Mother's Day outbreak, we may not know until after May 18th. We only have to know what to do with it. So, if anything happens, just make sure that keep it simple and if all restaurants don't go through the plan, just follow the orders of the employees. Now this is the strike forces, and this was yesterday's report. 66 pages of it about the governor's plan to reopen Texas. 66 pages. It might take a pound of paper. I'm not going to read all of this, but if you want to read them, I'll put the link in the description below. So you guys can look at this plan. More on COVID-19 in a moment. Welcome back. Now, I said I wasn't going to read the whole report, but I'm going to read some of it. I'm going to read some of the report, like I said before the break. Because this is 66 pages long. 66 pages is like a pound of paper. 6 pounds of paper is like 600 pages. The whole textbook. So, there are cautions for further spread. So what can you do? Stay home if you can. Wash your hands after 20 seconds. Cover coughs, sneezes. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, mouth with unwashed hands. Disinfect surfaces, buttons, handles, doorknob, etc. Avoid close contact with more safe, meaning stay 6 feet apart. Continue to practice social distancing, avoid crowds, and limit contact. Using civil faith in public to help slow the spread. That is what I've been doing. So what we're going to do here, we're going to read some of this report. So we're going to go to page 6. Just stay home if you can. Minimize face-to-face contact. Try grocery, restaurant, delivery, mail order prescriptions. That's what I've been doing. Phone appointments with your doctor. Reach out to friends, family members who need essential items. Do not share dishes, drinking glasses, cups, or eating utensils with others. Check the regular neighbors for it by calling, texting, emailing, video chatting, or writing letters. And the graph here, this is the data they found. Almost 5%, like 30, confirmed people are this was Sunday's data, 76% were the elderly. And the nursing factories stay positive. The line goes straight. Here's a graph of the situation. The line goes up. But staff positive goes up. Residents' total deaths have been up to 200. Positive has reached up to almost 1,100. So these are this is all we have to do. We have to make sure that you guys, if you're going to go out, just make sure to wear face coverings so that we don't stop the spread of the virus. To read the whole report, I'll have the link in the description below so that you can read the whole report. Now we're back in home with more of the COVID-19 coverage, including my reaction to, my reaction to when Governor to the stay-at-home order lifted right up to this. Welcome back. Before I get into my reaction to the stay-at-home order lifted, I want to give you the phase of what Greg Adams is going to do. Assemble a team, create work plans, train for workforce, recruit, train, mobilize state tracers, tracing IT applications, stand up COVID-19 contact tracing call center, initiate communications. That's phase 1. Phase 2, additional 1,000 contact tracers, schools, public school nurses, launch contact tracing at call centers, etc. That's phase 3. This phase is going to initiate by my second year anniversary at work. The key consideration: expand testing, isolation, protect population, strengthen partnership with local health. Just box it in. Test widely, quarantine, expose contact for 14 days. It's almost 2-3 weeks. Isolate all affected people. Find everyone who's been contacting the infected person. So what is contact tracing? It works like lab test reports, outbreak investigations, so on and so forth. We'll have that for you on a future Give Me a Break. On tomorrow's Give Me a Break, we'll talk about that also. And part of this report is all these checklists here. For cough, chills, muscle pain, headache, so on and so forth. Health protocols: you must send all employees home. Yes, yes. This is a checklist for everyone. Don't allow employee know for 14 days. Yada yada yada. And then clean, sanitize restaurants daily. Yes. So I'm not going to go through the whole report. It's 66 pages. We're not going to have a whole half hour. I can just do this for another half hour, and it wouldn't make a difference. I'll be back in more with a preview of tomorrow's broadcast. Stay with us. Tomorrow on this broadcast, we're going to take a look at what at what contact tracing works, means and how it works for all people. We're going to look at the same report that we saw earlier today. Also, we're going to talk to Dr. David Freeman about his plan for graduation, what he thinks about, what he's going to think about his plan. Is he really going to work? Find out more about that. That's tomorrow on this broadcast. And that's all for the time we have. And thanks everyone watching the show, mostly. I want to thank everyone who watched everywhere they go. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Have a good night.